Yo, so now um, it's morning time, around 4:30 in the morning, hitting my first cave in the morning, and really thinking about life, dog. Yo, my whole life I've been this type of person where I would always look at things in life as something with meaning. Everything had a meaning, no matter what. And even if there was only one conscious definition of a meaning, there were still conscious definitions of the meaning of meaning. These are all little perceptions I always picked up on. I always knew that there was more to life than just the little things that somebody can pick up. I also knew that language itself is a big barrier in one's perception between one's intent and death. In other words, with one soul and God. I've never had a relationship with God where it comes and says, "Oh, hello, I'm like this." I always knew it was in a silent speaking, right? Of course. Everybody knows this. Everybody deep down knows this. At the same time, if everybody knew this, then we would have not been in the same world at all. The truth about it is, I know there's a war deep down in each person's soul. And when the person gets through their own internal war, they can look at the outside war and really look at it. Because one has to form a war within oneself for it to spread like this, for it to become an encompassing force. Think about it. And the whole thing of war itself, I'm not no hippie. I'm not no fucking this way, that way. I'm a sober mind thinker, dog. A really sober mind thinker when it comes to war, especially, because I know a lot of people were claimed by this disease. It's a disease, the disease of the mind. War itself, conquer, split, divide. These are all enemies of one's perception. These are all real fights one has to go through in their life, in their existence. And yet, if you don't know what battles you face on a daily, then I don't know what to say. If you want to go and face a god, you need to face it with some real intent. So yeah, I pulled an all-nighter. I always wanted to think about these things, speak about these things, so I always wanted to, and so I did. In this life, I don't need to explain myself. I'm done explaining. Why do I need to explain at this age my explanation of existence? Do I need to explain existence? Explain and explain. These are all things sometimes people need to go and find themselves. If they need to find the ego death, it's time. This world that we're coming to, we don't need no egos. Egos cause war. And war is a direct perception only ego can release within this world. One's abrasion with another person's ego, that little friction, it is a grinding of spirit. I don't know what the dust that comes off. I know that if anything, if you take two rocks and you smash them together, you're gonna get sand. I don't know what the perception of the ground up soul you get. The ground up soul when you grind two egos together. All I know is that the way it's formed and the intents behind it, I don't know how, the specifics behind it. Something happened in my mind. Something of real clarity happened in my mind where I got to see these things. The formation of ego, one's perception coming up within oneself to one's brain, locking into a perspective. I've seen these things, and it's such a weird realization that ego is an actual physical force in this world. I never knew that, but it's interesting to think about, don't you think?